Hello, Internet, and welcome to Red Jenny. We are here to play the Dragon Age TTRPG, and we're so excited for you to be with us here on this lovely Monday. And Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2024. Let's hope this year don't suck. We'll see how that goes. I'm not calling any shots at the start of this year, though. I've made that mistake before. Hi everyone. So we will be playing the, like I said, the Dragon Age TTRPG here today. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome to episode 50, right? Is that what today is? Is it 49?
I think it's 48.
Is it 48?
48?
Are my notes that far off?
I have 48.
How would I have 50 in my notes? I gotta recount. I might have duplicated some. Okay, we're a couple weeks off from that. Never mind. Hello. So yeah, we'll get started here in a second playing our game. But first, talk about announcements we've got going on the channel. This coming week, our in midweek programming is a tad bit light right now, so we will not have another stream until Saturday this week. I believe we should be returning with the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quintet, with where we are doing some Feywild shenanigans. So come join us for that on Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern time. No, what time? 10 o'clock Eastern time. 11 o'clock Eastern time.
11 a.m. Eastern
11 a.m. Eastern time. It's been a while since we played that game. My times are a little bit off. For me, well, a few weeks for me is an eternity. Might as well be
1 week since you played that game.
Yeah. So we you can join us for that. It's coming Saturday. If you want a full lineup of everything we do throughout the week, check below our faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, you can see everything that we've got going on our lineup. All the shows we play, what we're doing, who's there, when to join us, all that good stuff. And as always, if you want to stay up to date on what we do here on GGK and some of the shows that we do and the video games we play and where you can find all of our cast throughout the week, you can head over to our Discord. There's a link to that as well, and join us. You can talk with us and enjoy the bullshit that we discuss on a daily basis. That is pretty much it, I believe. So I will go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here to introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight, starting as always with Van.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van, but Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Mastodon, but mostly I am hanging out in the Discord and streaming on Twitch a few times a week. I am here Saturdays and Mondays currently running or playing in games, and on Sunday nights I am over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly. Where this coming week we're gonna finish the Alien franchise little game, and no one's gonna die. Maybe, we'll see. Hopefully not. It's very scary, but it's been really fun. Rachel's been running that one, and looking forward to seeing how it plays out. So yeah, but tonight I am playing Venehn, who is an elven marksman. And would never admit it, but thinks out of the original three that Jurassic Park 3 is the best one.
So wait, did they admit that which Jurassic Park movie they enjoy, or what is their guilty pleasure movie?
No, which one is the best one?
Okay.
And it's 3.
Wow. Okay, so is the bit everyone needs to choose which of the 3 they actually like?
You guys can do whatever you want. I said what I said.
Are we going out of the 3 or the 6?
I said the original 3.
Okay, the original 3. Gotcha.
I'm answering questions I've already answered.
Just making sure.
Okay.
The original 3.
Okay.
Venehn likes the 3rd one the best.
Okay.
Because that was Isla Nublar. This is Isla Sorna. Site B.
On that note, hi, I'm Christine Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. Yeah, I'm here a couple nights a week. Tonight I will be playing Yasmera. She is our Kunari shadow. And yeah, due to her sheltered upbringing, I'm pretty sure Yaz has only ever caught any of the 3 original Jurassic Parks, like on TBS, like in parts, but would never admit it and would tell everyone, of course, she's seen all 3.
That is the shelter kid response because that was me, so I get it.
I saw 45 minutes of it and I understand all the references. Yep, that's it.
That was me in the Nightmare Before Elm Street movies. Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slang best friend on the internet. You can find me on the social media. It's WALLE132, just like the cute Disney robot. Just type me in, you'll probably find me. You can find me here Mondays through Saturdays. Yeah, Saturdays playing games with these wonderful people. Tonight I am playing Garas, the Elven Grey Warden duelist. Who he will always stand Jurassic Park 1 because he feels that Samuel L. Jackson's character got a bum deal. Yes.
That's just true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has said hold on to your butts many times unironically.
Yeah, all right. Hello, internet. Hi, Mom. I'm the Sita. You can find me on the internet at Mr. Wilt at most places, John.Sita on Instagram, or primarily every Monday playing this wonderful game with these wonderful people. And tonight I will be playing this wonderful game with these wonderful people as Andros Philippe Bastille Tacardier, also known as Carter, the human arcane warrior, who I think his parents would have been watching the first Jurassic Park after he was supposed to go to bed as a little kid, and he snuck in and like got scarred by it for a long time. And then he saw bits of the first one when he was a little bit older and found Jeff Goldblum to be quite charming. And then so I think that's probably, he's still probably never seen the whole movie. He's just like, oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum reclining on a yeah, I like that. It was a great movie. Don't talk about dinosaurs, they're scary.
Saying you found Jeff Goldblum to be charming is like saying you found water to be wet. I think we all find Jeff Goldblum to be charming. I think that's the man's default state. Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me in the Kraken's Crown lurking around the internet, mostly just here running and playing games on Thursdays and Mondays. In this game, I run a game on Saturdays called Hearts of Stone. We play the Blades of the Dark game system, and we had a session of that to close out the year, and we get into lots of spicy drama there, so come join us for that at 5:00 Eastern time on Saturdays. I'm also over on LB Hackman's channel along with Van, playing finishing out Alien and then continuing for the next season of Playthings of the Gods, which should be coming up soon based on what my DM tells me. But yeah, are you all ready to get started? Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot to recap from last time because it was just a lot of combat. The crew of the Red Jenny, in order to thwart the assassination of the Divine, has been investigating, researching, devising plans, coming up with counter strategies, trying to keep the Ben Hassaroth, led by Yasmera's mother Talis, from conducting their grim work, whatever it is they're planning on accomplishing by killing the young Divine Rosamund. You were able to uncover the Ben Hassaroth's plans, as well as thwart the plans of the Antivan Crows, who had coincidentally also shown up in the city around the same time to deal with their prodigal child, wolf, who had fled from the life of an assassin to guard the life of the young Antivan prince, Arlo, who had befriended your group a few years back. You decided to deal with the crows as soon as possible, the day before the assassination is supposed to take place, so you could remain laser focused on your main objective. You created a scene at the tavern that the crows were using as sort of a way station to get into the city of Valreo. Some of you starting a bar fight out front, some of you sneaking inside. There were fights and lots of poison and lions and all sorts of drama, eventually ending in Venehn taking the killing shot against the leader of the crows, Rain, the sort of adopted or the mother figure for young Wolf, and ending this threat for good.
Can I ask a question on that?
Sure.
On the position of Rain specifically, is she like the leader of all of the crows, or just like a?
No,
like a
she's not
subset?
like. She
Like
is
a
more of
lieutenant or
a
something.
Yeah, I'd say she is a high-ranking assassin with her own kind of organization. The way, I don't know how much of this is canon. I haven't really done a deep dive into the crows, but the way I've kind of seen, or way I have structured it for our game, is that the crows are a very large organization with kind of some splinter groups as a part of them, but one like hierarchical. There's probably like a hierarchical figure, council, something at the center of it all. But due to the unrest, Antiva, and the blight, a lot of the crows have kind of scattered across Thetis, operating under their own whims. But yeah, no, she was more of the leader of the group of crows that Wolf was a part of. So, good question though. So that is where we pick up here right now. You are still in this underground, this underground like aqueduct system. I believe Yasmera just tended to Wolf, who was very badly poisoned. Has given Wolf a one of your potions to keep them from dying over the next the next minute or so. And the two of you are closest to Rain's body. The rest of you are kind of scouting around the side of this aqueduct. You have one unconscious lion and one dead lion, I believe. And I think all of you are here except for Seeker Livia, who was back up top side. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Pick Wolf up.
It's a good place to start.
That's a good place to start. Yeah, Wolf kind of is brought to their feet. I believe I had narrated last time that Wolf had their mask knocked off during the fight. And you just kind of see a very, they're very androgynous, kind of elven features, long blonde hair that is wet and sort of a mess right now with the water runoff and blood. And their eyes are just locked onto the body of Rain. Very focused, but without betraying necessarily any emotion right now.
Do you need a moment?
I'm fine.
I mean, with her. Do you need a moment?
I don't see that making much of a difference at this point.
You'd be surprised.
We should recover her body anyway and bring it back to the Red Jenny. I don't know if there might be more returning here soon, and I'd rather not be here when they do.
Your decision.
I'll figure this out later. Thank you. Right. Kind of at this point breaks their eye contact and looking around to the rest of you as I assume you are converging on this location.
Yeah, I think if I can, Carter would like to use his halberd to kind of like flick the wolf's mask up off the ground into his hand and try to pass it to him.
Yeah,
So
you give Wolf their
your
mask.
armor.
Thank you. Puts the mask back on, obscuring their face from view. And they immediately move to Rain's body to begin to collect her and her things. I don't think they necessarily search her right now, but they do pick up her weapons off of the ground, and I would assume hand them probably to one of you nearby, and then carry Rain's body themselves. Is there anything that any of you would like to do while you are here?
Here's the thing, guys. We can't leave a lion down here.
We cannot. We're gonna have to do something about that lion.
Can Carter mess with the lion's brain and make it think that Venehn is its owner?
No, I
don't know if
can
Carter
erase
has-
memories. I don't have that
Something
kind of.
about that makes me sad.
Yeah, that does.
Well, we can do it the old-fashioned way. Well, we have a lion, and it's sedated.
Let me.
It is
Unconscious.
sedated.
Do we
This is
have a lion,
We now
or
have a
is there a
lion. No.
lion close to
We
us?
have a
Because
great
I don't-
lion
I don't
problem.
think we have a lion.
Possession's
No, we
9/10 of
have
the
a
law, dude. I'm
That's what I'm
sorry.
saying. I don't
We
think we
have a
possess
lion.
this fucking
It is
lion.
ours now.
Also-
I am trying to
We
figure out
have-
how y'all will go to possess this lion. This is a great lion, which is a larger than a horse. This is a
How did she get them down here? Like, that's the real question.
Did she like build a place around them?
I don't know.
Sewers are big.
mysteries?
We just can't leave it here.
No.
Where
Can't
does a
edit.
cat of this size even reside?
I
It
mean,
is, I think, not as simple a task as taking the
Generally-
wyvern to the mountains, as odd as that sounds.
Generally, wherever it wants to.
I mean, I know a guy and I could get him to transport this furry friend outside of the city where we could release it.
Just outside the city?
Well, anywhere that we want to put it.
Hmm.
I can try and do something to keep it asleep for a while. And yes, I think transport to the wilds. Well, that's what I feel most comfortable doing
Right.
in this situation.
Right, so basically what it's saying is no one name it so that we don't get attached to it. And he looks
Correct.
directly at Venehn.
It's
I will
probably already
also-
got a name.
Okay, there we go.
One thing I will remind y'all is it is very late right now. If you are wanting to take the time to figure out a way to transport this lion out, of
Not
here-
right now. Right now, I want to sedate it, and we can like fence this area off. And we'll come back down here and deal with the lion later.
Or inevitably, when the rest of the crows come back, they can deal with it.
There we go. There we go.
That's
Okay.
also
Sedate it. We'll sedate it. We'll leave it.
I don't want to kill it.
No, I don't want to kill it either.
Majestic beast.
It shouldn't even
Alright.
really be tamed.
Here.
but Tamed is a strong word, I think.
Like how she got it down here. I mean, all the stairwells are like too small for this thing.
It grows other ways.
I'm just seeing like these fucking lions. Like we need the food
Yeah.
in the hallways, and someone's just behind pushing.
Yeah, it's a mystery that y'all will have to figure out another day, I think. Yeah, if you want to take the time to sedate it using your poisons, that's not something I'll have you roll for right
Okay.
now.
Let's just take a quick second.
So,
Do that, and then
so yeah, you're able to sedate this lion so that it'll at least remain out for the an extended period, a few hours or so from now. And yeah, I mean, you can assume that very likely there might be some more crows in the city, and at some point somebody will be coming through here. If
can we
not,
do a quick search around here too? Like, is there a desk or anything around here? Materials on it.
Yeah, so the platform where Rain was initially when the fight started, there were some tables and chairs, and there was kind of like a small like meeting area there. A lot of that has been scattered around now in the fight. There's like half soaked papers and books and ledgers like all over the place. You could take some time to sift through that and figure out if there's anything important here.
We have to go to fucking bed.
Do the crows like wear anything that signifies them as crows?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have they were similar armor. It's fairly nondescript, but they do have. You've seen the like talisman that that wolf carries. Or did carry. So yeah, they have some markings on them, very like subtly worked into the like filigree of the armor.
That's how Yaz knew that Wolf
Yeah.
was a crow in like the first episode.
Yeah. So there's some there are ways. Yeah.
If any of them have any like talismans or like anything small on them like that, I'm taking them.
Okay. Sure. That works. So does anyone want to do a check to search around and see what they find?
How much time will it take us to do that?
I mean, to just like go through the stuff on the ground, I mean, you're talking like 10 or 15 minutes, not enough to really make a big.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Okay, so let's do a. What check do I want to make this? Let's do abilities. No, I didn't have the right thing up. Give me a second. Magic. Ability focuses. Okay. Let's look at searching. Perception searching.
Don't have searching, but I'll do it. Okay, not bad. 17 with 3 stand points.
Okay. What do you want your
Exploration stunts.
Yeah, look at exploration stunts. See if there's anything you're interested in there.
Let's say I can't do speedy search. Let's do I can do that makes me wonder for 2. which I can take another perception test at no additional cost of time or resources to discover more information about the surroundings.
Okay.
I have to use a different focus from the first test, and I don't get doubles on it.
Okay.
And then, that's really all I can use. Advantageous positioning is not going to really do much in this situation, I don't think.
Okay. Let's do a perception. Do a perception seeing test as well.
Okay. Eleven plus 7, 18.
18. Okay. You so a lot of the papers around here are ruined. There's only so much you could salvage from the water that just has accumulated on this platform, and now everything has kind of fallen down around it, and this like in against the damp stone and wood. However, you do find there appear to be there aren't any like packs here or anything that it looks like anybody was like carrying a large amount of equipment or anything with. You do see that seem to be scattered near the table. There's a inkwell, some writing implements near the table, a lot of paper around it, and you can kind of skim through the fragments of paper of these parchments that you're able to read. You are able to identify that it appears that Rain was probably writing some like correspondence or some like orders and stuff to assassins out in the field. So some of it doesn't seem important necessarily to your work. It like names, locations, places you don't recognize, not places in Valrio. Is more like Rain's like remote office. She's working remotely right now rather than being back at wherever she was holding up before.
Hey, take that work from home as long as you can, I swear.
But it makes you think about looking over that, you realize I think it draws your attention back to her body, and you begin to wonder if there might be anything on her person that would not have been amongst this wreckage here. You do notice like from her hands there, from Wolf carrying her, like she's in a position where you can see her pretty well, even if you don't necessarily move up to like start like physically investigating. You can see some like ink stains on her hands from probably letters that she was writing, and she does seem to have a small satchel on her hip. And if you'd like, you could search through that to see if there was something there.
Can we do a time skip to get us back where we need to go first, so that we can kind of tear through the rest of that once we get back to the Red Jenny?
Yeah. The other thing that I will let you know from the letters that you do read and the fragments of the correspondence that you are seeing here, it does seem she references a lot the what they're doing here is she's not speaking even in sort of like any double talk. Like they're not obviously writing letters about like, hey, go kill this person. It's not a lot of like innuendo and vagary and stuff. But any sort of response or indication of what they are doing or what she was doing in Valrio seems to like, she's referring to it mostly as like personal business, as a personal matter. It doesn't necessarily seem like this was a job per se, based on the way she's writing about it. So
personal vendetta, not this was an assignment.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So you sift through that. Is before we smash cut back to the Red Jenny, is there anything anybody wants to do here? Okay. If not, you're all able to reconvene, get back to the surface. You find Seeker Livia is with the bodies that are out here on the street, and you have a quick conversation with her. She's going to ensure that these bodies are taken, like report this to the correct authorities, so that a panic doesn't ensue. Get the guard on this immediately. So she's going to go deal with that, and we'll reconvene in the morning.
Fair warning. If anyone goes down into the tunnels, there is a lion. A big one.
A lion. This isn't some sort of
Dire lion.
Very large, very.
There was
very
two.
big.
One is dead. One is unconscious.
lovely. Right. All right. I don't know what the protocol is for that, but I'll leave that to the guard, and it's not really my place as a seeker, so that's their problem now. But I'll pass that along. Thank you. So you let her know about the lion.
Seemed fair, you know. We didn't get a heads up about lions, you know, so.
Yeah. So we'll cut over to your back about like 30 or 45 minutes later. It is very, like, essentially very early in the morning right now. You're probably looking at like 1 or 2 a.m. Returning, and they have I think Wolf has taken Rain's body to the cellar area. You'll secret her, and has laid her body and her weapons out on a table down there, and I think is just kind of like keeping vigil, or like keeping watch over it. So the rest of you have the evening essentially to do whatever it is that you want, but if you'd like to do anything regarding Rain's corpse, then now would be the time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look through her satchel, person, pockets.
Okay.
Look for a cyanide tooth, the whole thing.
Wolf doesn't necessarily object, but just keeps an eye on.
I would definitely, like, as soon as we set it down.
Yeah. I don't think
yeah.
Yeah, they simply say, it's of no matter to me at this point. I have no allegiance to the crows anymore. Anything we can find on her that might help in these matters, I see no reason, so please. And they just sort of move and lean back up against a wall in the corner, arms folded, watching while y'all go over anything. Like I said, she has a fairly well-made rapier, a beautiful bow, and then you go through the satchels and what she is carrying. Y'all want to talk about the weapons first? You want to talk about what she is holding first?
I really want to know what the bow
Yeah.
is so we can give it to Venehn.
Yeah. Carter, do you want to do a check for me? I think Carter would be the best to
Sure.
identify this. I think.
I've got arcane lore and enchantment. I figure either one of those probably works well here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, either
Oh,
one of
God.
those. I think
Just gotta get my dice ready. This is a guy who uses dice.
that would help.
All right. I mean, it's not oodles and caboodles, but it is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. The one thing that you know right off the bat, and y'all saw this in action, you're able to identify this pretty quickly. This weapon does have a rune on it. A rune, not a ruin. It has a rune on it, a rune of paralyzation. Is a journeyman level rune.
I recognize it because it's the same one that's in my bow.
Yeah. But the bow itself is a a very well made bow. You know, it's first, and it's very old, though it has been well maintained. And you recognize a lot of the filigree, the design seems to be Antivan in make, which fits given, you know, where it came from and who was holding it. But and is definitely a masterwork bow, but there is an enchantment to it. And it's difficult to necessarily, I think it takes a little bit of time to suss it out, because the enchantment is essentially not active right now, as the bow's former owner is dead. But this is an Antivan bow of fidelity. It is essentially a masterwork bow. And there's a lot of benefits and stuff there that I can go over. I'll just drop it in the chat. But the enchantment to the bow essentially makes it so the bow cannot be stolen or taken from its owner, either by guile or force. They can't be tricked into losing it. It's like once somebody is in possession of this bow as long as they're alive, that bow cannot be taken from them. Weird circumstances, strange or unforeseen decisions, or even outright defiance of physical laws always conspire to make sure the bow remains in the possession of the one who rightfully owns it. So it's a weird, clingy bow. So yeah, there are other bonuses too. It's masterwork, so it has an attack bonus of +2, no damage bonus, and it gives you a level of talent bonus in the archery talent, and will and then it's got its range of 33 yards, long range 78 yards. So, but yeah, it's a very nice bow.
What about the rapier? I want to know about the rapier.
The rapier is just a masterwork rapier. There's no additional benefits to it, but it's just a well-made rapier.
Got it. I'm gonna take it anyway.
Okay.
And now the letters.
Yeah, I think Wolf watches you take and go over the items and stuff, and
I'm not taking anything without asking Wolf if it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
as Garas picks it up, I think Wolf just looks at the as Garas is kind of picking out, messing with it and looking at it. I think just kind of still wearing their mask, but they don't object or anything. But they don't.
No, he's gonna give it to Wolf, because Garas knows all about family blades, and if this is a family blade, he's gonna give it to Wolf.
Do you say that to Wolf?
Yeah. I understand that she hurt you and she was not that great of a person, but if this is a family blade, then it is rightfully yours. You can do whatever you want with it.
I'm not quite sure if I'm the person that should hold this or not. The subject of family is complicated.
Really trying to leave his privacy alone, but he's not part of the core group, so I don't have the same promise to him as I do to you guys. So I'm going to do the spirit sense on Wolf.
Oh, okay. Jeez, it's hard to summarize this as one word, but if you've been tracking over the course of the conversation, and doing this, because you can do this more than once on somebody, there's guilt, and then anger, and there's a well of emotions there that I don't think has settled in one place. And it's hard. It's not necessarily Wolf Wolf didn't like when Garas came over and was asking about this was trying to give the sword. I think that's when you got like that sense of like guilt. The anger wasn't necessarily when anybody. The anger doesn't seem to be directed at anyone in the group or y'all in your actions or anything like that. Probably more anger towards her, towards themselves, towards the circumstances. But yeah, it's a weird conflicted emotion because and I think as Wolf begins to say, I was raised by her, and though she was not my mother, I saw her as one, and I was betrayed by her, and I was beat and manipulated by her, and on occasion I was loved by her. I don't know if I should feel sad or angry or anything right now.
I don't think there's a should in this situation.
There's this kind of situation is really complicated as it is. There is no right answer to how you should be feeling. The fact that you're feeling something is, in itself, good.
Right.
I think when Garrus says that, Carter looks away and says, I would like a drink. Would anyone else care for a glass?
I could use one.
Please.
I shall return with a round.
As to the weapons, they could be useful to you tomorrow, so by all means, if I change my mind, I'll let you know.
All right.
So the y'all can use the weapons as you wish. If Venehn wants to use the bow, you can use the bow. If Garrus, you want to take the sword, you are welcome to. I don't know if it's really any better than the sword that the rapier you have. Yeah.
The bow's definitely better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put the bow in the chat just here real quick.
Even if just for the attack bonus.
Yeah. I mean, that alone might help. The not being able to
Mine's a
lose it part.
+1.
Actually, my rapier already is a masterwork, so no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Your family blade.
Yeah.
This is about on par with it. I mean, it's well made. It's well crafted, but it's just a normal sword. The Sid, or sorry, Yaz, you go through the you search the body and go through this satchel.
Yeah.
There are a few more letters in here. Couple written by Rain, mostly the same thing. Seems to be one of them appears maybe just a report to some sort of like superior or something. Again, not a lot of information, no names or anything like that. But it is essentially just kind of the same thing about, in reporting that she's in Valreo on some personal business, and that she'll be returning to the House of Graves as soon as possible. There's one letter there that catches your eye because it's not written by Rain. This appears to be a letter she received, and it's fairly short, but it essentially writes that a lost crow was spotted in Valreo, and that Rain may wish to look into it. It's not signed, but you recognize the hand, the script, because it's your mother's.
Dude, I knew the timing on this was too coincidental.
That bitch.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Yaz, hands shaking, folds the letter back up, and then crushes it.
Anything good?
Excuse me for a moment.
Oh.
Yaz will leave the basement area, go into her office, close the door, and wreck it. Just sweep the desk, throw chairs, break a bottle of port against the wall, and scream a lot.
Reggie's going to be really mad about the chairs.
Yeah.
I think having tended to some wounds, like coming down the steps shortly after Gaz has gone up, and just kind of like hearing the noise, a Kant comes into the room and is like,
Hello.
Hi, big guy.
I assume that was Yasmera up there.
She's processing something.
Mhm.
Right. Should I check on?
No.
Wait.
Oh, not
Okay.
right now. I don't think
No.
now is that time for the good father-daughter moment. I think maybe like 10, 20 minutes, and then you can pop
You
in.
got to wait at least 10 minutes after she goes quiet.
Yeah. Because, the I calm after the storm kind of thing, that's the worst part. Because if you interrupt
Yeah.
her in the quiet time, oh boy.
Especially if not everything is broken, because it will be thrown directly at your head.
There's another crash of glass.
That's where I got this scar.
She stabbed me once.
I'll
But it's
stay
okay.
down here with all of you now. Then
How are you doing? You were pretty busted up.
I'll be fine after I sleep.
Good.
Nothing that a good night's rest can't fix.
Well, that's good.
Cool.
Like
You know when you have to,
chemistry.
when your friend like goes to take a shower or something, and you have to sit awkwardly in like the living room with their dad.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
So like, what do you do? Is it like a all protein diet? Like, what's your regimen?
No,
It's actually a lot more cardio than you would expect.
Oh, that's surprising. 'Cause,
Kunari
you
just sort of
look,
net-
you look like you just eat you just do like a simple like weight regimen. You don't look really shredded, but that's
No,
good.
our physiology sort of more leans to muscle mass, and that you kind of have to slim down a little bit. I've had to lose a lot of weight to make sure I, can fit in.
Oh no, that makes sense.
That's really interesting because, like, as elves, our thing is kind of the exact opposite. It's
Mm.
really hard to put on muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky, honestly.
You don't have that much muscle.
I'm totally jacked. Well, not jacked as him, but
I don't think it's jacked. I think it's like cut.
that's true. He like lifts up his shirt. It's like you can like grate meat on these abs.
Yeah, but there's still like if you turn sideways, you disappear. You put two of us together, we're as wide as a human. Sorry, it's been a long
I
day.
think Carter comes back down to the sounds of crashing and screaming, and the three of you comparing bodies in the basement next to the body.
Yeah, the three
And
were just like
he just comes
flexing
down,
and,
observes
like, showing
everything, and just thinks
abs.
to him, yeah, it's like this is my normal life. This is all fine. Starts handing out some drinks.
Hi, Carter. Again. You
Is
weren't
she
gone for that
alright?
long. I just like to acknowledge you when you walk in the room. Oh,
It is appreciated.
she's fine. She read something and it made her mad, and so she's processing.
Hmm.
So probably like 15 minutes or so left, and then we'll find out what it was. Although, I think we all have a guess.
Yeah. I feel like we may have to talk about that,
Oh,
considering what we did today.
He has found something in Rain's papers that made her extraordinarily angry. And there's only like a couple of people in the universe that can do that, so
Yeah.
I have a theory. And I'm assuming, looking at Akant, since you are still in the building, it probably is not about you.
I can't think of what that would be. So
Okay. So I think that's the answer.
Yeah. Takes a long sip of his drink.
y'all wait another 5 minutes. It kind of settles down a little bit. Then there's some more smashing, and you have to wait like another 10 minutes.
She's really mad.
Does Yasmera eventually come back to the group?
Yep. She's got the crushed letter in her hand.
immediately holds out a mug of wine.
Thank you. Talus alerted the crows to Wolf's presence.
Hmm.
I think turns to Wolf. I take full responsibility for this, and I'm very sorry.
Long pause from behind Wolf's mask, and then they speak, saying, "There's always a risk in associating with others, but this was bound to happen sooner or later, whether she was told or found out herself. I apologize that this has come at such an inconvenient time."
No, it was extremely convenient for her. And that is not your fault. That is no one's fault but hers.
It sounds just like something she'd do, so it doesn't surprise me. Clearly, I don't know how deep her trust runs that you'd pick her and the Ben Hasrath over her life here.
Well, she's always been very confident, hasn't she?
That's not trust, that's denial.
Is it
Or
denial
planning.
if you literally couldn't see it any other way?
Planning.
Forgive me, I understand the tenderness of this situation, but with this realization in hand, I know that we are all exhausted. What is the risk that she is planning for exactly that?
Exactly what?
That we would do today what we have done tonight, knowing that her plans, we think at least, her plans begin tomorrow.
If that's the case, there's not much to be done about it now.
I suppose the question is whether she assumed I would die in the process or had enough faith in me that I would survive. Honestly, I really don't know.
Either way, there's only so much one person can do, and we have a lot of intel pointing towards tomorrow. It would not just throw away all of that work.
No.
I do not imply that she would throw anything away, but perhaps the timetables are sooner than we think they are.
That she would initiate the assassination early because of this?
Because we are tired, weakened, or dead.
Perhaps, but if this is going against the divine, I think that she would try to follow the very strict plan that she put into motion, that this is a target that you're going to have to follow the steps put into play and not make any last minute changes, because that could throw everything off. Think of it like when we perform a huge heist. Yes, we have those last minute changes, but it's always during it.
That makes sense.
What I think we do need to discuss though is, Yasmera, what do you want to do when we find her?
I don't see how this changes anything, but she's your mother.
She hasn't been my mother in a long time. And Venehn is right. Given what the left hand decreed, I don't think we have much choice in what is done when we find her. My main concern is that we all survive to get to that point. Which means rest and sleep and probably more wine.
But in reverse order.
Correct.
Yeah, we could definitely use some rest. Z looks down because I'm at 50 HP, like just covered in blood. It's like, this is a lot of my blood. This is not other people's blood. This is other people's blood, but all of that right there.
The splashback, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bit of cleaning up to do. So, if we need to do any other planning, just give me another 20, 30 minutes.
With your permission, Yasmera, I do still have some concerns. I would like to send a missive to the Seekers, at least informing them of that connection tonight.
Of course.
But I will only do this with your permission.
Always better to have contingencies in place. No, by all means. Please.
Okay. So Carter, you send a missive to the Seekers to let them know to be on guard because there may be some subterfuge at play. The rest of you take the time to rest. Let's talk about healing here for a bit. So everybody's got their hit points where they left off at the end of the last encounter.
Yep.
So the rest, what you get from sleeping, sleep gives you 10 plus your constitution plus level in health.
Okay, so plus level. That brings me up to 60
I'm good.
plus constitution.
Yep, same.
Then
Do I get all of my mana back?
You do, yeah. I checked that out.
That's
on a long rest, you just
nice.
get your
that gives me a
your
good
mana
amount
just
of-
returns to you.
86 out of 99. Let me
72 out of
see.
86. That's pretty good.
And we do, at least I still have one of the potent health potions.
Yeah, I used
and
the only one I had.
one of the like one step down. So
I still have mine.
okay.
I used all my potions last time, so I have no more.
Okay.
With my healing focus, if you guys, none of you have taken like any first aid or anything during that conflict, right?
Nope.
Okay, where's the cunning healing rules? I haven't used them in forever.
Is Wolf coming with us tomorrow?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
No, just checking. I was gonna say because if Wolf was intending on coming with us, I would say heal the fuck out of Wolf. Wolf is at like 20 hit points.
Oh yeah. I think we'll just say narratively that Wolf was in a really bad.
Wolf's
too
got
banged up
some
to
things to
deal
attend
with.
They got
to.
things they need
Yeah.
to process.
I think Wolf probably excuses themselves that they'd just be more of a liability in whatever is about to happen than an asset. Especially learning about Talos' involvement and all of this, probably wouldn't be able to keep much of a clear head
Fair.
there.
There's too many moving parts to this as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and there is so with the heal action, did you find it?
No, I don't know why. I found
It's
a
on
reference
page
to it.
59 in the book. Wait, is that right? No.
That is not right.
No, that's in
No,
the
it's
middle
not.
of
Hold
the
on.
talents.
Yeah, hold on. It says the book says see heal action page 59.
Yeah,
But
all right. Well,
that's-
that at least that
It must be, I think it's earlier actually.
yeah, we can go to the actions. I bet you. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I found it. Okay. So I need to make a target number healing test, cunning healing. If successful, to get back an amount of health equal to the dragon die plus my cunning.
Yes.
So what it was Garas and Yaz who are still wounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Garas, you're gonna get back 9.
Hey.
And Yaz, sorry, you only get back 5.
That's okay. It's pretty good.
So Carter and Ben are at full health. Does that leave Garrus and Yaz still just a little bit shy?
I'm
Yeah, but
missing
I'm-
8.
Yeah, I'm only missing 5, so I'm good.
Okay.
It's fine.
Y'all are good. And then the poisons got used. I don't remember
Yeah.
how many of those do y'all have left at this point?
Mine are gone.
Got 1.
Okay. All right. So more resources depleted than took more of a hit to resources than y'all did to health, but so mostly doing okay. Yeah, so you rest for the evening. Is there anything? I think we said that the Seekers were going to be coming by. Well, actually, no. Y'all probably just going to go there and meet with them, right? It'd probably be a lot less suspicious that way. So, is there anything anybody wants to do at the Red Jenny before you head to the Chantry for this job?
Eat a big breakfast and have some bloody jennies.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I feel like Akant and Yaz need to have a conversation about what's about to happen.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that as you're preparing in the morning. I say morning, early afternoon when y'all wake up. So, yeah, you while everybody else is preparing, cleaning weapons, preparing armor.
I'm still
repairing
sweeping
armor.
glass up in my office.
Yeah. Yeah, as you're sweeping, there's a knock on the door frame as Akant is standing there and says, "Hey, yes, we should probably talk."
Yes, we probably should.
Steps in, closes the door. Everything goes to plan here today. We're going to be in three of us are going to be in the same room for the first time in a long time.
Yes.
How do you see that going down?
There's a pause. And I think Yaz just starts to laugh. And not the funny laugh, like the I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop this sort of laugh for a little bit before she catches herself. Your guess is as good as mine, Father.
The other day you mentioned that you were hoping that we might be able to somehow talk this out.
I don't know if there's enough time left in eternity for her to explain herself. Beyond duty.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I've known her long enough to know that I don't know if it gets any more complicated than that. She's probably just doing a job. And I spent a long time trying to convince her that her job was the problem. And there was another way of doing things. I mean, you know about how those conversations went.
Yes.
We can yell at her and beat her down and put her in irons and haul her back here, but I don't know if that's going to change what's going on in that head of hers.
Your daughter is very intelligent. And even I, over many years, have never been able to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got the brains from her.
Sometimes I think that's the problem.
Well, I'll say this, you think more like her than I do. So maybe.
That's not a compliment.
I did fall in love with her at one point. We did have something at one point, or at least I thought we did. I don't know how much of it was duty on her end and how much of it was me being young and naive, trying to fit into a world that I didn't quite fit into. But you have a gift that she gave you, which was to think things through. So maybe when it comes down to it, maybe you'll think of something to say that I never did. Maybe you can get her to look at this from a different perspective. I'm going to do everything I can to give you as much time to talk to her as I can. I'm not going to kill her. I'm not going to take that choice away from you or her.
Thank you for that.
But I'm sure that when the time comes, you'll know the right thing to do.
I plan. That is my strength. That is what I am good at. I plan. And then plan more and more. I've never felt more like going in blind to a situation than today. I've no idea what to do.
Guess the only thing you can do, trust your instincts, trust your friends. You put yourself here with these people for a reason. Yeah, they're idiots, but
They're my idiots.
yeah. And they all chose to fight beside you here and help you here. So, follow whatever instinct got you to this place.
You're not too bad at the father thing when you do it.
I just wish I had been around more often to do it. So, you know, probably 10 years too late, but here we are. I got your back, kid.
Thank you.
No need. Being a dad, all that. Well, there's breakfast for you out there. You should eat, not spend all morning cleaning.
All right, you got one thing with the dad stuff, but, you know, this might be a little too much.
All right. Turns around, heads back in, says, Reggie, we're gonna need another plate. You hear Reggie saying, oh gods, how much does he eat? And as Akant comes back into the room.
I bet Akant is that type of dad that wears denim jeans and a flannel shirt all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a flannel shirt tucked into the denim jeans.
But there's a
With a
Bass
beaver.
Pro Shop t-shirt underneath it. That's an undershirt.
He 100% has a fish fear me, women love me hat.
I was gonna say a big dog shirt.
Yep, big
Yeah.
dog.
You guys
Yeah, there we
remember
go.
those?
That's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just a skin tight.
It's like super stretched out too. so
Super
it's-
stretched
the
out.
image is
He
super
bought a
warped.
small and somehow fit into it.
It's more that he just can't take it off because he physically cannot take it off.
Anything else? Because I think we'll take our break here and pick back up at the Seekers at the Chantry. We good?
Nah, I think we brought it down enough. We can take a break.
All right.
Everything
Let's
else,
go.
I think, can wait.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take our break. So we will come back in a few minutes to pick back up with y'all arriving at the Grand Cathedral and getting things ready for the last act here. So thank you everyone out there for watching. We will be back in a few minutes to continue our session. Go take a break, drink some water, get a snack, take your meds, whatever you're going to do. We'll be doing the same, and we'll see you here very soon. So stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We are going to get back into our game. So, where we left off, you have parental conversations aside, preparations made, healing, rest, recovery, all ready to go. The crew of the Red Jenny with Akant head into Val Royaux. You travel in the city. I imagine taking like one of the y'all have some wagons and that you move some of your reputable cargo through. And as you pass through the Sun Gates, the crowds of people still gathering outside the gates, you as business folk, proprietors within the city, have the necessary paperwork you need to move in and out freely. You move through the gate, up the Sun Road, and as you are traveling along the cobblestone streets up through the Sun Road and further into Val Royaux, you reach a point where it's kind of the foot traffic gets a bit heavier. You're moving a bit slower, and from the side of your cart, a armored but cloaked figure moves up to who's driving right now.
He'll probably be.
I think Garas usually drives, right?
Yeah.
I'm always driving, yeah.
Moves up to the side of the carriage, your wagon, and kind of grabs your attention. You see from under the cloak, Seeker Livia, who says, "Good morning. Well, afternoon, I suppose now.
No free samples.
Right. Mind if I tag along?"
I suppose we can make some room up here.
She climbs up into the wagon to speak with all of you as the carriage rumbles onward. She says, "Right, we shouldn't approach through the main gates. I'll escort you around to the back entrance of the cathedral where we receive our shipments, and we'll get you in through the servants' quarters. Don't want to make a scene in case there is anyone watching, which I assume there might be. I received your missive from last night. Nothing has transpired as of yet, so it seems that we're still on schedule and hopefully ahead of the game." So, unless there's anything that y'all want to ask her.
Above table clarifiers. What did Talus say about today in regard to Yaz? Was there a plan for her to come get Yaz? What was said? It's been a while.
Meet her.
Was that the plan?
I think that was when like Yaz was gonna go encounter her head to face.
Yeah, if Gaz is still planning on going along with that,
That's what I remember.
She would
Okay.
go meet her. I think you're probably given a location. I don't think I gave you a specific location.
Okay.
Ooh,
We'll go with that.
pick?
Do we get to pick location? They're right up front. Just
She's just chilling there, smoking a cigarette.
It's
Every day.
a prison cell, and
At the very top of the tallest bell tower.
no,
And
it's
there are just so many birds.
I was thinking probably a tavern or a parlor that would be relatively well traveled, but no place that you would essentially be out of place there. Some kunari wouldn't be out of place, so nothing too fancy. I don't have a name necessarily from my list of locations that would fit.
Use my favorite one. Put it on the docks. Call it a day.
What was that?
The barge right in.
Right. I don't think that really fits. There aren't a whole lot of barges here.
It's funny though.
It is punny.
Okay, I'll hang on to it.
Appreciate it. We'll get it in here somewhere.
Okay. It's just
yeah,
so funny.
Probably
It's a good one.
It's a good
somewhere in the Plaza Duros, where again a lot of there's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people moving through there, especially kind of touristy folk. So probably a small little
It's called the
parlor.
Rose Garden.
Sure, we can go with that. Yeah. So yeah, when you say you were supposed to meet her in the afternoon there. So is Yasmera going along now, or is she gonna go with them to the cathedral, or is she gonna break off right now?
What's our time schedule look like, I suppose?
You would be really pushing it to go to the Grand Cathedral, be there for this meeting, and then head back. So, I mean, we can say that Yasmera, I think y'all have mostly come up with a plan at this point.
We have a
based
great
on
plan.
Yeah. The swapperoo and all of that.
Yeah. So Yasmera's aware of everything. She can go along with it.
Cool. Then she would split off. And also trying to be cognizant here that it's quite possible that her mother does not trust her one bit and has her being watched. So should probably make it look like she's just making her way into town anyway.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say, does she even ride with us?
It's true, yeah.
No, I don't think she should. Yeah, I think you're
Okay.
absolutely right.
So you come in separately. So
I think she'd have to come and
Well-
Sorry, I imagine we would have talked about this. ahead of
Yeah.
So it's the three of you and a Kant right now, and
And Livia.
and yes, Secret Livia, who has just joined you. She takes you up towards the Grand Cathedral, where, as she said, you are brought along the back towards the servants' entrance, where probably as part of this ruse, you unload some barrels of wine that are taken inside, and you come along with them. Kant slips in with you, and the four of you are escorted by Secret Livia through the kitchens, up towards the cathedral, and then back towards where those offices were before Venehn that you had previously gone to, and before you know it, you're back at the Seekers' kind of quarters, their chambers, their section of the Grand Chantry, the Grand Cathedral.
Oh, this looks familiar.
As
And
you
it
say
says
that,
about a
you're-
bunch of bedrooms.
as you say that, you're led inside, and there are dozens of Seekers in here that are currently preparing, kind of the same as you were earlier, preparing armor. Some of them are in like plain clothes, you might say. They are disguising themselves, or in the process of getting dressed as clergy, to kind of move amongst the crowds. And Secret Livia leads you in, where there is a kind of a makeshift like war room set up here, where the left hand Duchess Janelle, as well as, oh god, I forgot to check what the name of this title was. Is it Grand Seeker? Is it, what is it? The head of the Seekers?
Lord Seeker.
Lord Seeker.
Because it would have been, in Inquisition, it would have been Lord Seeker Lucius.
Yes. Where the Lord Seeker, or you assume is the Lord Seeker based on their like very ornamental kind of presentation, armor, kind of an older gentleman with graying features. Like I would say probably is like in his late 70s, does not seem to be in fighting age necessarily anymore, but is currently speaking with the Duchess. And Duchess Janelle regards you as you enter and says, and here are our independent contractors for today's events. Lord Seeker, these are the industrious mercenaries that brought this matter to our attention and who I have personally selected to assist in guarding and dealing with this threat today. The Lord Seeker turns to regard you as well, very kind of aging, wizened face, contorting into something resembling a smile on a very stern face, and says, yes, welcome to all of you. You are not what I would have expected, but thank you.
Would you like a Werther's? I'm sorry. It was just...
We rarely are, Lord Seeker.
This grave matter has been discussed at length with me and my council. The Duchess has a plan that I believe involves the four of you.
We're at your service.
I'm gonna change the music here too, so
Garas is just staring at this man, just like is oddly entranced by how adorable this grandpa is.
He could kill you.
I know he could totally kill me, but he's also the most adorable grandpa.
Duchess
I bet that
Janelle-
muscle memory is still in there.
Yeah.
Probably. Duchess Chanel gives a nod and says, Lord Seeker, and who sort of excuses himself from the room. Doesn't seem like he's going to be directly involved in the planning here, or in the execution of this operation. She turns to all of you as the Seekers continue to prepare around these barracks, and says, the Lord Seeker is on in years, is currently seeking they're looking for a replacement currently, so isn't quite up to it won't be as directly involved in this operation, but has taken a keen interest in it. Of course, given the threat to the divine, I took great pains to emphasize the validity of this threat, though I can't imagine any here would be remiss if it turned out to be a false alarm. So, but we've made preparations as much as we could before your arrival. She regards back to the table and kind of motions for the four of you to follow, and she says, the timetable for today is as we have discussed. The evening prayers will commence in about 5 hours from now. The Divine Rosamond will be in attendance. As we had agreed, there will be seekers present in preparation in case an attack comes at that time, but we will no more than would be traditionally expected at these gatherings. Afterwards, the Divine Rosamond will return to her quarters, and it is during this transition that we will conduct our switch. Venehn, you will adorn the vestments of the divine herself, and along with your compatriots, I suppose we'll hide in the divine's rooms.
They're not exactly going to pass off well as Chantry mothers, I don't think.
No. It
No
would be
offense.
for the best if we place you there as soon as possible. We'll smuggle you into the rooms, perhaps with some change of furniture, and we'll ask you just to wait there quietly as you can. If this attack is as you say, and we are expecting one of them to infiltrate the Divine's quarters, we will pose no resistance in that regard. The seekers that I have requisitioned are best here today. Many will be in clergy guise, so that when the Ben Hassarath conduct their plan, hopefully they will be corralled into wherever they are planning to keep the I suppose the clergy during this time, and we will, at a signal that has been preordained, we will strike, I suppose, dealing with the explosives, the catlock, before it is in place. Seek Olivia, and kind of looks over to her. Will is in charge, or is more well versed in these seekers. Tactics in this regard. I will be escorting the Divine herself to my quarters, where we will remain hidden until the attack has concluded. Is there any other insight we can add to this matter? Anything else we should be aware of?
Question, though, like above table, is it possible that I can do the disguise role for Ven's disguise?
Sure.
Saying that like I helped him apply it. So
yeah,
because I don't know, I forgot how help roles work in this. That's why.
Well, you're just gonna do it.
Okay.
You just do the role.
Okay, cool.
I mean, with the disguise, it's just whoever is creating the disguise, not necessarily the person that's wearing it. So,
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Okay. So I got a +7 to disguise.
Okay.
We also have
We'll wait for
5
that. Don't do it
hours.
just yet.
Okay.
We'll do that in a little while. Is there anything else we should be aware of, or anything that may have changed in the last day?
Well, a few things have changed, but one of ours will be accompanying the Ben Hasrath in their infiltration into the Divine's quarters.
I assume that's why Yasmera is not with you.
Correct. So, if you see her, she's still with us.
I'll have my guards aware. We're hoping to detain as many as possible for questioning. But yes, they will be aware of Yasmira's description, and hopefully no harm will come to her.
Hopefully.
Assuming she doesn't start stabbing people.
Oh, she doesn't really stab.
No, it's more of a shooting kind of
Yeah,
thing.
she
but
does a crossbow.
Right.
Yeah.
Sort of a long distance stab.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposed to, yeah.
Right. Well, any other plans or any preparations you need to make?
Other than the disguises, can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Carter, is there anything you want to put into play ahead of time?
Not that I am able to think of at the moment. No. I see Carter's making a concerted effort to keep his cloak over as much of his armor and keep his eyes to the ground as possible right now.
Right. Well, I'll escort the four of you to the rectory. We'll begin preparing you, Venehn, and then Garas Carter Akant will be taken to the Divine's quarters. You will remain in hiding, Venehn, within the rectory before donning your new position. Well,
I'll keep my comments to myself.
best be on it then, and please be on your best behavior. So she, Duchess Janelle, leads you, takes the four of you through some servants' servants' hallways, pathways, passageways towards the rectory, where you begin to prepare Venehn's disguise. So we can go ahead and do the disguise roll now.
That's 18.
18. Yeah, you disguise Venehn's tattoos first and foremost. The Duchess provides insight into other features that makeup, anything like that it would be more fitting for for Divine Rosamond.
Is she wearing the big hat? Because that'll cover up the ears. Because it's like a
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Look, if you guys don't know what it looks like, look up the Divine stuff. It's great.
Yeah. You're given all the vestments. They have, more than one set of them. So everything is fitted to you. You're about the right size anyway, which is why you were chosen for this.
Chosen. It was my idea.
Yeah. Why
I
this
chose
was
me.
why this was a good idea.
I chose me for this. Give me credit.
Yeah. So you're prepared.
You won't use my in-name ideas. You won't give me credit for the ideas I came up with. What do you want from me?
But yeah, by the end of it, she steps back. The Duchess steps back, kind of eyes you over and says, "Well, it wouldn't fool me per se, but at a distance, those that are not as familiar with Rosamond, I believe this will pass."
It's good. It's good. I mean, I apologize that the wig, I didn't get a chance to style it the night before. We were busy, but this is good. This is good.
I'm wearing a hat.
It's part of the intrigue. Venehn, I thought you would at least support me in these kind of things. And he wanders off to go prepare his weapons.
Right. Well,
I'm not sure what's going on with him today.
I wanted to be creative for once.
As long as you all are ready.
Yes, I believe so.
Wonderful. Just if you stay quiet and reserved, that will do for Rosamond. She tends not to enjoy speaking around groups of people, so. Right. Venehn, you will stay here with me, Sika, Livia. Will you please escort the others to Rosamond's quarters? And the Seeker gives a nod and a bow before addressing Carter and Garas and Akant. Says, "All right, three of you, follow me." And she takes you back that way. I think they probably using some have prepared some of the other Seekers that are dressed as assistants or stewards within these quarters, bringing in some larger furniture. Have you kind of dressed up the same, hiding your armor and any weapons, or stashing them within the furniture you're moving.
It's like Hitman, but what Talus doesn't know is everyone in here is the Hitman.
Everyone's a Hitman, essentially. The
reverse Hitman.
You are led back to the Divine's quarters, which are it's a well adorned apartment, as befitting the leader of the chantry. There are it's kind of a large sitting area off of with a balcony off of it, overlooking much of the city. you're several a couple hundred feet up from the streets below. You can see there's a her personal bed chambers off to one side. She is not currently in residence here. They probably are she's probably somewhere else currently. So you kind of run of the place as soon as they have taken you in here. Seeker Olivia says, please don't touch anything that you don't have to while you're in here. I'll be returning for my duties and making sure that everything else, all the other preparations are in place. So I'm trusting you to respect the Divine's privacy.
Oh, of course.
And she leaves, the three of you.
Carter, if you do not look for an alluvian right now, I swear to God.
No, that was on my brain. I also I didn't think of it until just about then too. But I should also just do a dowsing for Gatlock. I should do a dowsing for both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all ought to sweep that place.
Okay. Do you have to? I assume you have to roll for these spells.
Yep. So let's do the Gatlock first. That's super bad.
What's gonna be funny is if you walk up here and then you explode.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, let's see. Yeah, I fail. I failed the first one.
Oh boy.
How does that work again?
Well, we're about to remind ourselves.
You guys didn't maybe just want to use your eyeballs first?
Nope, the spell has already been
Just
cast.
Yeah.
Just
Magic rules.
My eyeballs don't work that good. My magic eyes, my wizard eyes are real great.
are they?
Look with your special eyes.
Okay, when there's a magical mishap, the caster immediately makes a willpower self-discipline test against the spell's target number.
Gosh.
Okay.
So what's the target number on this?
17.
Okay, so make a willpower self-discipline. You need a 17.
You're a tower of will.
You can do this.
You're a tower of will.
9, 10. Nope. I am not a
Destined for
tower
greater
will.
things.
Alrighty. What did you roll on the dragon die?
Oh my god.
What'd you roll on the dragon die?
No.
What did you do?
It happened. Guys,
Oh wait, so it's when you're
happened.
casting a spell with a requirement. If the casting roll fails and the dragon die result was a 1, what was
it
the
also
dragon die?
was. Oh my god.
It was a 1
No,
on the
it was a
when
one.
you
The
on the
original
spell
dragon-
casting.
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
And then on the
Guys,
willpower.
and I rolled a 6 on the dragon.
Are
die
you
for the-
serious?
I fucking harrowinged. This is happening right now.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
2d6 minutes, and I have to keep making. Oh my god.
This.
You guys
It's
better
not-
lock Carter in a cabinet or something.
All right, well, I'm gonna roll those 2d6 for
Garas?
the amount of time.
You cannot let this ruin the plan.
I'm gonna have to do something.
You cannot let this ruin the entire plan.
Okay, explain what harrowing is
So,
for
all
both
right,
the
give me the
audience
two-
and for
yeah.
me.
Give the
Okay.
2d6 minutes. So what? How many minutes did you roll?
I'm gonna be sassy, and I'm gonna send it to you in Discord
Okay, cool.
to really rack up the intensity on this.
Yeah. God, now I need a change of music.
Okay, send it to you there. For an amount of time, Carter falls into a trance, and I'm helpless, and I can't do nothing. I'm vulnerable to coup de grace. I'm just sitting there drooling, essentially.
Yeah. So what happens is Seeker Livia leaves, and as soon as she does, you decide you begin to search. Carter begins to prepare this spell, and as Carter is casting it, the magic of the fade is pulled through, begins to culminate as you see Carter begin to resonate with that magical energy, and then something goes wrong, and Carter sort of stumbles for a second, and you watch as the magic is sort of pulled inward. Carter's eyes go blank, and he collapses to the ground.
Well, fuck.
I'm a drooling idiot for 2d6 minutes, and every 2 minutes I have to make a target number 13 willpower test, or I become an abomination forever.
Okay, here's my question. Would Carter have told this crew, like, the signs of that this is
Oh, we have to know.
Yeah.
It's
This
never
is
happened
like
to Carter before. I don't know that he would know what. I mean, you guys, he knows about abominations. You guys have heard about abominations, but the exact process of it happening isn't so common. I think
Did Carter
that people
go
just
through
know
the
what
harrowing?
No.
Okay.
So Carter wouldn't even really be aware that this is something that could happen
No,
if
'cause
magic goes
Carter
awry?
Carter was made tranquil before.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's right, because that happens
Experienced
before.
the-
Yeah. And
Oh
the
my God.
harrowing is like a deeply kept secret.
It's not as I think it's something that would be, yeah. I mean, it's something that mages in training would know about that they.
Well,
were
but the
gonna be
actual,
going
I'm sorry,
through.
the actual like rites and like what it looks
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, you go into a room, you do a thing, and you might die.
are supposed to be kept secret.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, so but Carter would not realize or have known in order to warn anyone that this is a possibility of something happening if
Yeah.
things go awry.
Okay.
Carter
Okay.
has collapsed to the ground. Akant and Garas, the only people in the room that see this happen.
Is there like any kind of large wardrobe or closets in this room?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be Garrus's like first instinct, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So what? Because in his mind, like Carter is, he doesn't know exactly what's happening. He just in his mind, Carter is totally out of commission right now. So, in his mind, he's going to scoop up Carter and put him into like a closet, and then but he needs to hide also.
I'm going to leave you to think about this as Akant is also looking down, and I'm just going to make a roll for Akant real quick.
Okay.
He's a tower of will.
Save me, Daddy Kunari.
I don't know if Akant's going to save you, my dude. Well,
He
Kant
will kill you.
rolls a 21.
Yeah, they don't love mages.
So I think Akant realizes what is happening. And Garrus, you look over as you're looking around the room, and Akant has drawn his sword and is looking down at Carter.
What are you
And we're going to cut away from that for right now.
So next time we're just gonna sort of take a quick look around with our eyeballs, right, everyone?
On the most mundane of spell castings, just like I'm just gonna check the room. NBD.
It was bound to
my
happen
God.
eventually.
It was gonna happen eventually. Statistically, it was, but
Yeah.
holy shit!
I'm not there.
So-
I'm the first elven divine right now. I'm having a great
We're
time.
split up. I'm in a. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No,
so
this
we're
is
gonna
incredible.
cut away
This
from
is
there.
incredible.
So
okay.
just in case, Sita, you can start thinking about what your backup characters can
Yeah, right?
be.
No, for real.
And we're going across Valrio to the parlor that Yasmera you have stepped into. And you kind of glance around for a moment. I'm gonna just change our music to a little less spooky.
I do just want to say that if you put Carter in a cabinet, it continues to be Hitman.
Yeah. As you walk in, is a richly adorned Orlesian parlor. There are many tables around, people sitting and drinking, and kind of subtle, like soft conversation. There's like a maitre d' that approaches you as you walk in and says, Good afternoon, my lady. Are you here expecting somebody, or are you on your own?
I am meeting someone, yes.
As I thought. Please come with me. I believe we have a table ready for you.
Thank you.
And they lead you back towards the back of the room, opening up a door and escorting you through, and sitting in the room, in the small, like, little dining area, is your mother, already waiting for you. She gives a nod to the maitre d' who closes the door as you step in. She says, Yasmera, I'm happy that you made it.
This is, I think, the hardest it has ever been for Yaz to maintain her typical Yazness of just Stonewall. Oh, if only Carter was not turning into a demon and also was in the room and able to cast spirit magic. The confliction right now. Also, she's still a little beat up, I think. Yeah, because she's not fully healed. So yeah, maybe she's got like the really cool, like, just the cut on the cheek, a little bit of a bruise on her chin.
Okay.
But I think she just nods and takes a seat.
Your mother, I'm just gonna roll a little scene check for whether she might notice the bruise. That's a 14. Have you made
Terrible
any effort to
number.
conceal
Disgraceful.
No, I don't think so.
I think she eyes you and she says, did you run into any trouble?
Oh. There's always trouble, isn't there?
I suppose so.
Had a personal issue to resolve last night.
Ah. This involves your co-workers, your friends here?
A friend. Yes.
And how are they doing?
Dealing with a great loss.
Well, I hope this does not provide too much of a distraction for what we have to accomplish here today. I'm already down one man. Be ashamed to lose another.
I did notice that Noel was not skulking about.
Noel seems to have gone conspicuously missing.
Hard to do, given his size.
Right. I don't suppose you'd know anything about that.
To be perfectly honest. Glad he's gone.
I'm sure. I know the two of you did not get along, but Noel was a valuable resource for me.
Well,
That being
then
said.
I hope this won't be a distraction for you for the activities that we have going on today.
No. Not in the slightest. Everything is going exactly as planned. So, given all of that, are you ready to leave your life here behind?
Well, I suppose after today everything will change.
To change your mind?
changing my mind. I didn't realize that was an option.
You always have a choice, Yasmera. The consequences will still be there. But the choice, that is what matters. To choose your people, your mother, or this place.
Looks down at the table. I have chosen my people, Mother. No turning back now.
Very well. Let's go then. Preparations to be made.
Lead on, Talus.
She stands from the table and walks out through the doors that you came in from, expecting you to follow.
Brief pause. Slowly rises. Dons the Yasmera wall. Follows.
She leaves the restaurant, the parlor, heading down the thoroughfare, cutting through a few streets, heading towards the harbor district of town, winding past shops and buildings out to more industrial area of Valrio, eventually arriving at a small, nondescript, like shuttered storefront. She walks up to the doors, knocks on it 3 times. There's a bit of a pause, and then the door cracks open after you hear something shifting on the other side. As the door opens, she looks to you and motions for you to enter.
Before her?
Mm-hmm.
May I make a roll here?
Sure.
As long as you don't turn into an abomination because of it.
You're
Buddy.
fine.
Buddy. You are a tower of will. You will overcome
You're Tower
this.
of
You
Will.
shall.
You're destined for greater things.
You're wonderful. You're perfect.
What role are you trying to make?
I guess maybe an empathy. Like, I'm just trying to get a gate. Like, am I about to Goodfellas this and like walk in as Joe Pesci and get shot in a really fancy room? Like, I
Okay.
wanna double check here.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, perception, empathy.
There should be a role for, am I the Joe Pesci here?
Am I Joe Pesci right now? I just have to double
they've
check.
not
Like,
added a Joe
regardless
Pesci
of
stat.
what film, like, I don't care if it's Home Alone.
should-
I don't care
yeah.
if it's Goodfellas.
There
Either
should
way, I
be
just
a
want to
Joe
make sure.
Pesci role.
There should be a Joe Pesci role. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. 22
22. Okay.
with 4 stun points, if that helps.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, with that roll, you don't sense or you're not getting any like hostility off of her. But you don't gather that she fully trusts you. Like, she is definitely, you're about to be beyond the looking glass, and she wants to keep her eyes on you.
All right. Keep the facade on. Give her at least a look, a petulant daughter look at the very least, and then walk in.
Yeah, you head into this shop, and there is a human gentleman inside that has opened the door and closes it and bars it as Talus enters behind you. He gives her a deferential nod, and she continues in, escorting you to the back of the storefront where there's a some tables, a rug laid out, some it looks like the store's mostly cleared up, boarded up, chairs that are stacked on the countertops. But she walks over to that table, and the man that has let her in moves a few things off of it so he can slide the table to the side. They pull up the rug and open the hatch underneath. As he does, you begin to hear some conversation of many voices below as she descends the steps with you in tow, and enters into a larger chamber. And you realize the wall has been knocked out here to essentially connect to like basement levels between this and maybe like a building near a next door building. There's about 40 or so people in here, human, elven, Kunari, dwarven, of all different kinds, that are currently preparing weapons, engaged in conversation. There's there's like a high energy, sort of like excited atmosphere in this room that begins to like the buzz kind of calms down as Talus walks in, standing alongside you as all eyes in the room turn to her. She says, she speaks there's a phrase I was trying to remember. She speaks a deferential, like a Kunari greeting to all of them, which is returned, and says, "The plan has not changed. We are set to leave in the next 2 hours. Everyone knows their assignments. Durin, you take over for Null's position since he has not returned. Everyone else, you know what you have to do." And with those short words, everyone in the room gives a nod, a few like grumbles, or kind of like deferential, like low, like yes, Talus, very respectful in her direction. As they begin to prepare, you see large, some large barrels near the back that have been emptied, divided up into parcels, probably about 20 or so in nature of Gatlock, that are being distributed out between members of this the Ben Hasrath here. And Talus turns her attention back to you and says, "You will be with Durin's squad during the attack. We have locations where the Gatlock needs to be placed for our purposes, and I will give the signal once we are ready to deploy. You will follow Durin, follow his commands, and follow him to the rally point once we have completed our objective."
Am I to be briefed?
Durin will tell you what your assignment is. Looks over at the elven gentleman standing there that she was referred to as Durin, who gives a nod as she moves off to speak with some other people. She'll be like, and she turns back to you and says, "I'll check in with you before we leave," and moves off to speak with some other, seems to be like these lieutenants that she has assigned for these different squads. Durin approaches you and says, "So you're Yasmera. It's a pleasure. I'm Durin."
Durin?
Walks, kind of nods head over for you to follow, moves over to a table. You can see a map, kind of similar to what your mother had before, of the cathedral and the Grand Chantry, that has many as markers placed along it. You can see it has kind of been divided up. There are essentially paths that have been drawn, almost like a full playbook essentially of what is to transpire. And Durin goes over it and says, "Our squad will begin here. we will move in through the side entrance. We'll have 3 parcels with us that we need to place here, here, and here. Your job is to provide cover. Should we encounter any members of the chantry, kill them. No questions asked. Understood.
Yes, Commander.
Right. Once we've finished, we'll exit through this side entrance on the western side and evacuate to the extraction point here at the harbor. Be a boat waiting, and we'll move along with it with Talus.
Understood.
Right. I assume weapons, armor, you're prepared?
I think she just pulls back her cloak.
Good. Talus informs me that you are well equipped for combat, so I'm glad to have you on our side.
Glad to be here.
All right then. Take some time to prepare. If you need anything, just ask.
Much obliged.
Dern begins to prepare some of the others, leaving your device. You see your mother in the corner, speaking with some of them, occasionally glancing over and looking in your direction. But you're here amongst the Ben Hassaroth agents in Valreo, preparing for this attack.
I think Yaz sits down at the table with the plans, looking like she's studying, and is carefully, as a way to calm herself down, going around the room and figuring out how best to murder every single person in here.
All right. Well, I guess we have to get back to the elephant in the room at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Venehn pulling off the divine is definitely
Yeah,
going
it's
to be
me,
quite
right?
a
It's
challenge.
me.
So
Yeah.
that's what.
Actually,
What am I doing?
Venehn, you are currently dressed as the divine, sitting in this rectory.
I've asked for like a
Duchess Janelle is in there.
I've asked for her for like a rundown of like the most popular verses from the chant, just in case.
She's given you, yeah. She goes through it. She says, "I doubt anybody is going to ask you this, but sure, I'll provide you with."
You never know.
And as she's
Sorry,
going over
it's
some of
not
them
really
with you,
my deal.
you hear some footsteps outside, and the door opens, and you can see a few seekers move in, along with a young woman dressed in the same outfit as you.
Yay!
And you see someone that you have not seen for some time since your incident at the White Tower. You see Divine Rosamond, this young woman, slightly older than you last saw her, in her early 20s.
Well,
very
one of us
fair-
is going to have to change.
Very fair features. She walks in, looks a bit of surprise hitting her face, blue eyes sort of flashing for a moment as she locks eyes with Duchess Janelle, who gives a chagrined smile and look of chagrin at the divine, and says, "Oh, Rosamond, your Holiness." She begins to give a bow, and Divine Rosamond holds up a hand and says, "Janelle, please. I assume this is my double. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
I I look at her and I do a little like little pair of hands and I say, what was the one? I say, Mika, know your heart and take you from a life of sorrow.
One of my favorite verses. I see you've been studying up with Janelle.
Today.
Right. Well, the outfit certainly fits you well. I don't suppose you'd want to make this exchange more permanent. Giving you a bit of a break.
I mean, if you're looking for a body double, I think I could do an okay job.
She laughs, and you can see like a blush on Duchess Janelle's face as this whole thing is very
Inappropriate.
way too casual. This exchange, and
She can't say anything to me. I'm the divine.
And she, Rosamond, moves in, kind of closes the gap. The seekers spreading around the room, keeping an eye on things, but they're more at ease right now. And the divine Rosamond actually like approaches you and says, "I don't believe that I've actually been given your name yet. You are
Venehn. We met once before. I had a few more tattoos.
right. Several years ago, the incident at the Circle Tower. You were one of the ones who saved the mages from, well, a rather grisly end.
Yes.
I'm glad to finally speak with you. It's been some time. I found myself many times wondering where that strange group ended up.
Still right here in Val Royeaux, if you can believe it.
Well, I'm happy to see that you're doing well and finding yourselves in equal strange circumstances.
Well, you did us a great service that day, so here we are to return the favor, I suppose.
I suppose we would be even after this. I save your life and you save mine in return. Though, given that you're saving more than my life here, and perhaps the future of the Chantry, I perhaps still find myself in the red.
If my ancestors could see me now.
Why is if you don't mind me asking, a Dalish elf interested or concerned at all in saving my life?
I think the concept of good people crosses a lot of lines. Races, countries, religions. And I think you're a good person. And I would hate to see you die.
And you base this opinion on one exchange?
Maybe.
With a very good judge of character, a very poor one, but I like to hope that I am a good person, so.
Regardless, you have done a good thing for a lot of people. And I hate to see that cut short.
Me too. Well, I suppose we mustn't delay any further. The prayers will begin soon, so I suppose next time I'll be seeing you, you'll be stepping into my shoes fully.
I doubt I can do them justice.
I know you put yourself in a great bit of danger for my sake. So, I hope you believe me when I tell you that I am very thankful.
I do.
she gives a smile. I think she like takes your hands in hers and kind of like gives them a squeeze for releasing. And the Duchess leans down and says, Your Holiness, we should continue. We don't wish to delay any longer than necessary to avoid suspicion. And Janelle, or Rosamond, smiles at you one more time, turns to Janelle with a kind of soft smile exchange between friends, and then is escorted out of the room.
Maybe next time you'll see me in a real dress, Your Holiness.
She turns and gives a smile and a chuckle and says, Perhaps next time we'll meet under less dire circumstances.
Big
And
wink.
she leaves. Janelle is mortified.
Good. What's she gonna do to me?
Venehn is going to be just incorrigible,
Emperor?
even more so after this.
Empress?
Like,
I'm gonna be Empress one day.
destined for greater things. I am the divine. You cannot go against me. Like, we're not gonna be able to say anything
This
to
is just a
Venehn from
game
here
of
on out.
inflating Ven's ego. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's cut back to the Divine's apartments. It's around the same time. I'm playing with time here, so I can have this happen at a more dramatic moment. So we'll say around the same time this is happening is when Carter has fallen under the spell. Garas, you see Akant drawing his sword and holding it over Carter.
What are you doing?
He's dangerous.
He passed out, but this is not dangerous. You need to put them behind him.
We need to kill him before he turns.
No, that's not going to happen.
Listen, I'm very accepting and I understand that mages are... This isn't because of anything personal, but there is an inherent risk to what he is and what he can become. If we do not do something now, we won't have a choice.
Okay, well, this is nothing personal, but if you touch a hair on this man's head, I don't want to have to explain to Yasmera that I broke the arms and legs of her father. So what we're going to do is, we're going to put him, we're going to hide him, and I'm going to make sure that he gets through this.
How?
I have no idea, but I'm going to.
Do you understand the risk here? How bad this could get?
Considering the fact that you decided to pull a blade on my friend, I'm guessing it's very serious. But I've seen this man pull through things worse than this. And if he does change, I'll do it myself.
I'm gonna need you to make a check for me. I think communication, persuasion.
Cool. That is a 16.
All right.
Does he get a bonus because he invoked Yasmera's name?
I'll give you a +1 on it. You can have a 17 on it. I'm gonna roll for Kant. I'm gonna roll a willpower check.
He is not a tower of will.
Hold on. Would this lead into my Master of Blades? Well, actually, no. It's only courage and willpower, courage and morale. So no, it wouldn't. Unless it is courage or morale.
Sorry, what's the question?
So Master of Blades, if they're making they get a plus minus penalty to willpower checks or morale checks, willpower, courage, or morale checks against me.
I was thinking, that's a good question. I was
That's
thinking
only courage and
self-discipline.
morale.
Yeah, I was thinking self-discipline for this because this is like you persuading him to do something that's going against his nature. I'm gonna roll 3d6. I'm gonna do the roll in the open. Here. So that because this is such an important roll. You want him to have under 17 or 17 or under. Okay. Garas, a client looks at you.
Say the number.
It's an 18. Akant looks at you, and you can see, as you mentioned, Yasmera, and realizing how much this would hurt her, like there is this conflict, but he looks down at Carter, who you see just kind of like he's like fidgeting like he's dreaming, essentially. And he says, I'm sorry, I can't take this risk. And he goes to stab.
I draw my sword and I will
defend.
Yeah.
And
this is incredible, you guys. This is incredible. No one is upset right now. This is amazing. This is everything.
He thrusts his blade down as you bring yours to block, like thrusting it to the side. I will say, given the situation, there's no surprise or anything. You're able to stop him in that moment from attacking. You're able to defend. We will get back to that in a second. As your blades clash in the middle of this room over Carter's unconscious body.
So my star goes to
Carter.
I'd like to give my star to Wally for making sure that my character does not die. Thank you, Wally.
Carter, you are standing in the Divine's chambers, and then as if the floor has fallen out from under you in the middle of casting this spell, suddenly the walls peel away, the floor disappears, you tumble through darkness for a moment and then slam down onto something solid. You see rocky formations. You're standing on the top of some sort of outcropping, and around you see boulders the size of mountains floating, green energy swirling around them, and a sense of familiarity as you find yourself once again in the Fade.
Okay. So being in the Fade, he's immediately flooded with emotions. But I think he doesn't entirely grog what's happening yet. So he's just like, nope, no time for this, and tries to just get himself back to his body and just like does that, the feeling he has as he's starting to wake up. He's like, all right, let's push through the wall. Boom.
You try to push and close your eyes, and as you open them again, nothing's changed. You're still there. You still whoosh, so that's swirling around you. And you push and you push and you push, and your body just feels stuck here. Like you don't feel that connection, that tether back to your waking form.
I have to get back. And I think he just illogically, all of the logic and calm that he tries to use all the time in his waking life is just gone, and it's full panic, knowing that the fade is not a it's a liminal space. Despite that, he just tears off running, trying to find a physical way back.
You start to run, reaching the end of this plateau. There actually is like kind of a stairway, or some sort of like some sort of formation that you could run down. You start to push down this, like as it wraps around this this pillar here, continuing down and down and down, and it cuts through like there's like a natural kind of archway, and you push through that. And as you do, your feet hit cobblestone. And you're looking around, and you're in a courtyard, and you recognize this courtyard. You're in Valrio. You're back, but you're outside of the White Tower, the spire, in the gardens that surround it. And there are Templars that are standing at the perimeters. You see other mages walking along the hedges, reading books, enjoying the summer air. And you hear a voice from behind you that says, "There you are."
Carter spins around. Does he look normal?
You see Eckert, as he was many years ago.
Eckert, love, something's wrong. I think I'm stuck. What's happening?
Carter, stuck? What do you mean stuck? Are you okay? And he moves up and like puts a hand on you and kind of looks around, sees if like anybody's watching, and like pulls you into like a more like secluded area of the garden. What's going on?
We were at the chantry. It was just a simple spell. It was just to find something. Can't remember what. I was there with friends. Our friends. You know. Um. I can't remember their names.
You've been here. We were gonna meet for dinner later.
No. We traveled. You were like a ghost. We fought. It was a war.
Listen. You're fine. Whatever's going on, we'll figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. Of course we will.
You're panicking. You've got a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah. The hair wing's coming up this week.
Yeah. Here. He like takes your hands. He looks at you like that, very like concerned, kind of worried look, but trying to put on like a brave face, giving you a smile, and says, "Whatever's going on, we'll get through it. Okay. Just trust me and let me help you. Can I help you, Carter?"
You always do. Of course.
Good.
I just need to lie down. You're right. I'm overstressed.
I promise. Everything's going to get much, much easier. And you watch as his hands begin to reshape. Flames begin to extend around you. His body begins to glow, and before you know it, you are consumed Garas, as your blades clash, you look down and you see Carter's body spasm once, and then his eyes flash open. And with a howling screech, his body snap, snap, begins to contort and grow. And Carter transforms. That's where we're going to end our session for tonight. Do you want to tell them what you rolled on your checks?
Yeah, so I had to make 3 rolls,
There's
and I had
7
to beat
minutes.
I had to beat a DC 13. The first roll was a 15, the second roll was a 14, and the third roll, with a minute left to spare, was a 12.
Carter's dead.
Carter's an abomination.
Oh, Carter's an abomination.
Yeah, it's kind of worse than me being dead.
We're gonna wish he was dead.
Uh-huh. Fuck.
So, that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. And Sita and I are going to talk about some stuff in the upcoming week. Dowsing, huh?
Dowsing.
Dowsing.
That's what did it.
I gotta say,
We joked about it too. Oh my gosh.
Can you make the music not this? I'm going to
Yeah.
die. Thank you. Put Cornelie back on. I love her.
Dude, the statistics of that happening. The 1 on the original Dragon Die, the
gosh.
6 on the
second.
second Dragon Die, making 3 rolls, succeeding on 2 of them, and failing by 1 on the third. I don't... Math kids in the audience, figure that out, because...
Yeah.
Frick-a-frack.
That's not math, that's storytelling.
Also, I just became an abomination. I'm a known member of your group that just blew up into an abomination. Where? When?
Well, so far, nobody else has seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akant and Garas are going to have to deal with that next week while there is an assassination attempt in progress. Oh, man.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta say, on my bingo card for things that were going to happen today, was
Happy New
not
Year.
one of them.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, my God. All right.
Sid, you're slowly turning into a water painting over there.
Yeah. Boy, y'all. Well, good start to the year, y'all. Let's go
We
ahead.
had such a good plan.
Yeah, it was a real good plan. And then dice happened. So
We just murdered our protagonist.
No,
your
I'm the
protagonist-
protagonist now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the protagonist now.
Okay.
Oh my.
Y'all want to go around do stars and wishes?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Not really, but okay.
We don't have to. We can not.
No, we
today.
could do it. We could do it.
Van, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, my star is gonna go to Yasmera. The conversation with her mom in the pub was so layered and interesting and very good and fun to watch and be a part of. So yeah, my wish is I mean, it's Fallout, baby. It's the fallout from this.
Yup.
I want to do this. What we're doing right now, this is what I want to do. Because
Well,
if Venehn, God forbid that what's going on with Carter and Garas and Akant goes on for any length of time, if Venehn ends up in that room, You guys know how Venehn feels
Yeah.
Yep.
about abominations and,
Yeah, I mean, Venen's seen this happen to someone before.
and knows how to deal with it and will deal with it.
Yeah.
I want to get Venehn in that room because I love a good storytelling moment.
Yeah. Well, that can all happen. Let's continue.
Get me
Thank
in that
you,
room.
Thank you. I think we can. I got a lot to think about for next week.
Boy,
Thank you,
howdy,
Venn.
don't we all?
Oh boy.
Sid, you want to go or you want to skip?
I'm in shock. Yeah, I will go. Stardew Venin, for the very cheeky yet wholesome conversation with the divine. It was everything. It was exactly what needed to be said, given that it was Venin. And it was lovely. Yeah. A really nice little turnaround.
Hold on to
from
that.
The last time we met her. I will. I'll try. I have. I need to process.
Do you want to go into the other room and throw things around
Yeah.
Yeah.
while the
no.
rest of us talk?
No, that's Yaz's processing. Sid's processing is just sort of staring at a point and disassociating for a while. Yeah, I can do that here. That's fine. Just my brain is racing for, yes, the fallout of... Yaz is going to take all of this on herself and believe that this is all her fault. So that's gonna be really fun.
My wish is that we can find a therapist in Valrio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Sita, you want to make a therapist character?
That could be great.
Send you
Yeah.
to the Incantatrix.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a good
Oh,
listener.
boy.
Oh, what if you just played her?
Yeah. There's some good stuff.
That'd be great.
There's some good options along the road.
Oh my god.
I could play Null.
You could play Null.
Yes!
That could be really fun.
Yes.
That would be fun.
That could be really fun. We could turn
be
him.
really
You could play
good.
Null.
All right.
He would definitely also be a rogue, so
Oops, all rogues.
we did it.
Not the way we wanted it.
Sid,
but-
was that
Really not the way we want. I'm done. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Let
you
Well,
leave her alone.
Wally?
She's
Boy,
processing.
My star. It goes to fuck you, Sita, for that how Carter gave into the fade. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my gosh. It was such a great moment, but also it was a heart-wrenching moment. Damn. Okay. My wish. I'm ready for the fallout because Garas is gonna have to kill his best friend. Like Garas is going to have to fight his best friend, and it's something he's whatever the outcome of this, Garas is gonna be wrecked. Like he is going to be wrecked, and oh my gosh, yeah, he is going to be wrecked because oh boy. Woo! But yeah, I definitely want to proceed with this fallout. Yeah, that's me.
Ooh. All right. Sita.
Well, my star does not go to my dice.
No. No, it can't. Those dice need to be burned.
You're burning them. You are burning them
It's the ones you got
ceremonially
me, Ben.
with salt.
Look, Ben, you got me these.
You have
They've done
to,
so well by me.
You didn't charge
They need to be
them.
cleansed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charge
They,
them,
they
need
need to
cleanse, they need
sear-
some moonlight.
We're gonna send you
We'll
a
talk about it.
cleansing ceremony spell.
sage.
You're going to cleanse the
I
shit
have
out of
something
these
for
dice.
this, don't worry. It's almost like those dice know what kind of story I like.
Dude, fuck me, man. Again, the statistics and the timing. God.
Incredible.
All right. All right. No, yeah. Just the wildness of that. The dice get a quarter star. Quarter star.
Don't
My
encourage
real
that.
stars, though. I got to throw another one at Yaz. I really the talk with her mom was great, and I did love sassy Yaz. The talk with her dad was awesome. I've been saying for months that I wanted to see, like get what's Yaz like on the inside, and we finally got a little piece to that with the the you're not such a bad dad when you actually do it kind of thing. That was really sweet. And of course, I gotta give another star to my buddy Garas, who hopefully tries. I don't know. I'm so scared, guys. This sucks. But yeah, stand up to con. It was really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. And dead men don't have wishes. Good night, everybody.
Oh boy. Well,
A long time ago, we were looking for another player, and Sid was like, "Hey, I know a guy."
I remember that. Yeah, it was.
yeah.
And this
And it's been worth it.
is what we got. What I'm saying
Uh,
is trust your friends.
yeah. Yeah.
They'll never
All right,
let you
y'all.
down.
We're gonna end it here so the five of us can decompress a little after we get off the stream. Thank you everyone out there for watching. We'll be back next week to continue our game. In the meantime, join us for our other streams we talked about at the top. Look at our schedule, join our Discord, all that kind of stuff.
Come
Go
talk
through
to
it
us
there.
about this in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be helpful. Yeah.
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 But yeah, I guess without any further ado, thank you everyone out there for watching. Thank you to my lovely players. Until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Par-delà le temps, la menace grandit. Si loin dans le silence, on entend ses cris. Par-delà les terres, son nom fait frémir. Préparez-vous, le néant arrive. Ah, Les légendes ne se trompent point, de la peur ils se nouent.